All right, well, let me hit the marker here.
Okay.
There's the marker. There we go. Let me go back over to this page. Go to the top. And we'll go over here. And we'll press
and
this
while
button.
you're doing that,
60,
59.
I'm ready to go
58,
and get
countdown
my
to the Slade and Mayson show. 55,
There.
54.
Yeah, so in the middle of the show, we can hear.
Mason show. 50, 49, 48. You're listening to the countdown to the Slade and Mayson.
Don't go anywhere, anybody.
44,
You'll enjoy this.
43. This is the continued countdown.
Give it a shot.
And Mason show.
This is just our countdown.
38 right now. 37. You're listening 36, to the countdown.
35. 1 minute left.
34 show. 33.
I'm down.
Please stand by as you're listening to the countdown to the Slade and Mayson.
Oh, good morning, Ted.
27. This, of course, the countdown.
Did you really wear that shirt today?
22.
Okay.
We continue now with the countdown to the Slade and Mayson
Derek,
show.
what up?
18,
How we doing?
17. Stand by. 16. As we are 15, now delivering.
Hey, Tom.
14 to the Slade and Mayson show. 12. 11. Yes.
Oh,
10. This is our
and the rest of you, welcome
to the Slade and Mason.
I'm just Slade and Mayson show.
6.
Here it comes.
5.
Here we go.
4.
Here it comes.
Go. 3. 2. 1.
Whew.
that makes enough noise.
Oh, yeah.
Now broadcasting from the Dan Mason Studios.
Did you wash your hands?
Deep in the heart of Virginia. It's the Slade and Mayson Show.
No, I just went and picked up my telephone so that in the middle of something important you're saying, you're going to hear da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, sure.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
The reformed Slade and Mayson Show. The sober Slade and Mason Show.
Oh, that's right. JD's not stoned this morning. All right. Good morning, Mr. Slade.
Good morning, Mr. Mason. And I'll explain that to you in just a moment.
I am still high on my coffee, though, so let's do that. Hey, boys and girls, do you know what you've done? You tuned in to the Slade and Mayson Show, and I'm going to tell you what this is all about.
Poor little fools. Oh yeah.
This is the Slade and Mayson Show because I'm the Mason part,
and I'm the Slade guy.
There we go. So that's the Slade and Mason portion of this. All right. This is like a radio program.
Absolutely not. I will not let you insult my intelligence or the intelligence of our fine listeners by having them believe that this is anything like any radio show that they have ever heard in this lifetime.
Well, it kind of is because we're going to share with you news stories and things we see throughout the week. It's just going to be our take on it, but we're basically...
But it's not going to be the stuff that you hear every day.
No.
It's not going to be that stuff about how lousy government is.
No.
We don't care about that.
No.
We want to tell you about the good stuff.
The fun stuff. Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. And don't take it all too seriously. We're just kind of having some fun here. All the music you're listening to, like you heard that intro, that's all brought to you by Dano Music. So go check out the link in the description. There's a picture of us in 2016 from Instagram, 22 from Twitter. There's a couple pictures from Meta and Facebook in 24. And as always, we're brought to you by Icy Something Icy Treats from my buddy Sheila, who I will talk about.
I'll be talking about her too, baby.
No. There's something that she's doing this week that I need to.
Hot dog.
Calm down, you slime ball, you.
Led me down that primrose path, Mason.
All right. Now, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, great. Give it a thumbs up. Give us some feedback. Write notes. Tell friends and neighbors that you are enjoying the podcast. If you're not enjoying it, give it a thumbs up and give us some comments and tell your friends and neighbors that you're listening to it. Anyway, hey, each Sunday morning we open up the mic to JD Slade and ask him what his Sunday morning observation, his SMO is. So today we're asking you, hey, JD, what's your SMO?
I am so glad you asked, Curly.
Hey,
because, we are coming up on the one time of the year that is a dichotomy of itself.
It's the most wonderful time of
Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, that one.
Again, I'm unlike the rest of the
Super
world.
Bowl.
I'm not skipping over Thanksgiving because it is an important holiday. But, I decided I wanted to know. I have studied this over the years, and I have finally come up with a great smo as to why it's better to be alone on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Now, all right, every year around Thanksgiving, people start getting that look in their eyes, that wide-eyed panic, like, oh my God, where am I eating? Who am I eating with? What am I wearing while I'm eating? Well, let me just tell you something, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Being alone on Thanksgiving is the greatest gift the Pilgrims ever gave to us.
Yeah.
Forget turkey, forget cranberry sauce. The real American tradition is avoiding family and eating in peace.
Now
let's start with the food.
Peanut butter and jelly.
When you're alone on Thanksgiving, you can eat what you want. Hey, again, I told you peanut butter and jelly sandwich is good, man.
Yeah.
Listen, forget cranberry sauce. The real American tradition is avoiding family. Again, no Aunt Carol forcing you to just try her sweet potato casserole that tastes like Yankee Candle. You don't have to smile politely while your cousin deep fries a turkey in the driveway like it's a NASCAR pit stop. Now, when you're alone, you can have pizza, ramen, tacos, or just eat the whole can of cranberry sauce with a spoon like a fancy hobo. Because nobody's looking, nobody's judging.
I just threw up in my mouth.
And portion control, forget it. You can eat half a pie at 2 p.m. and the other half at 2:15. That's called balance. Hey, you ever notice how every Thanksgiving meal turns into a heritage negotiation and a hostage negotiation?
I know.
Do you want dark meat or white meat? I just want peace and quiet, Karen. Someone's always carving the turkey like they're performing surgery. The gravy boat goes missing halfway through the meal. Grandpa starts talking about the good old days, and somehow we end up with a 3-hour debate about gas prices in 1978. And when you're alone, the only argument you have is with the TV remote.
Yes.
And that one, you always win. So let's talk about
if you can find it.
Table drama. Every family has that one relative who shows up like it's a job interview with Jesus. I'm so thankful for my promotion, my new Tesla, and my perfect children. Meanwhile, you're just thankful that your sweatpants still fit. There's that cousin who's 3 wines deep before the turkey's even out of the oven. You know the one, giving loud emotional toasts to people who aren't even in the room. Here's the grandma. She's in heaven now, probably judging this dry bird from above.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'll toast my own glass of bored wine in peace, alone with the cat, and the cat won't bring up politics halfway through dessert.
Amen.
Speaking of politics, you know what's beautiful about a soul of Thanksgiving? You don't have to hear Uncle Bob yelling, well, it's the Pilgrims had Wi-Fi, things would be different. You don't have to pretend you agree with anyone about anything. You can just nod at the mashed potatoes and say, you're the only thing that makes sense to me, carbs. And let's not forget the cleanup. Now, when you're alone, cleanup is 1 fork, 1 plate, and a sense of self-respect.
Yep.
When you're with family, cleanup looks like a FEMA disaster zone. Pots, pans, gravy explosion, turkey bones everywhere, and nobody ever knows where the foil went.
Nope.
Somehow, every year, the foil disappears into a black hole along with the good scissors.
It's on top of the refrigerator, everybody, by the way. Just so you guys know, it's on top of the refrigerator. You had to move it out of the way to get the eggs out.
You ever try to leave a family Thanksgiving early? Well, it's like trying to escape Alcatraz.
Where are you going?
Home.
Why?
But we're about to play charades. That's why I'm going. When you're alone, you're already home. You don't have to find your shoes, locate your dignity, or pretend that you enjoyed listening to 6 different versions of Alice's Restaurant. And I know what some people are thinking, but it's lonely to be alone on Thanksgiving, isn't it? No. Hell no. It's peaceful. Loneliness is sitting through your uncle's PowerPoint presentation on the history of stuffing. Peace is eating pie in your underwear while watching football and yelling at the refs without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
When you're alone, you can stretch out on the couch like a king, fall asleep during the second quarter, and wake up with the kind of joy only found in solitude and gravy. Let's be honest.
No regret?
No, like I say, this one took me some time. Let me be honest with you, though. The real reason that people dread being alone is because we've been brainwashed by Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Those movies always start with some sad single person working through the holidays. Then, bam, they bump into someone at the grocery store over the last pumpkin pie, fall in love, and suddenly Thanksgiving is magical.
And they're always single. That's the most amazing thing.
You're right. The only thing I'm bumping into at the grocery store on Thanksgiving morning is the last guy fighting for the last can of yams. And that's not romance. That's war.
Yeah.
And let's talk about travel. When you're alone, you don't sit in traffic for 6 hours behind a minivan full of screaming children and a dog that hates you through the window.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go through airport security holding a casserole like it's a newborn. You stay home, open the door, and boom, you've arrived at your destination.
Yep.
No luggage, no delays, no Aunt Debbie yelling, "Did you bring the green bean casserole?" Because no, Debbie, I didn't. I brought sanity. And no forced gratitude circle. Every year someone says, "Let's all go around and say what we're thankful for." Nope. Alone, you skip that nonsense. You know what I'm thankful for. Silence, elastic waistbands, and leftovers that nobody touches but me.
I'm thankful it's no longer my turn. Next.
By the end of Thanksgiving with family, you're exhausted, bloated, and secretly praying for Christmas to be canceled. But alone, you're already halfway to Christmas. You got food for days, no drama, and a Netflix queue that doesn't talk back. And if you want to decorate your tree right after dinner, go for it. Nobody's going to yell, "It's too early, not in your house." You can hang the lights in peace while holding a turkey leg like it's a scepter of freedom.
There you go.
So this year, if you find yourself alone on Thanksgiving, don't be sad. Celebrate. No bad cooking, no forced hugs, no political rants, no burnt rolls, no kids crying because the dog ate the wishbone. Just you, the TV, some comfort food, and the sweet, sweet sound of nobody else talking.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, Thanksgiving isn't about being surrounded by people that you love. It's about being surrounded by food that you don't have to share. And with that, I'm looking forward to once again being alone on this turkey day.
I'll come visit you.
Like I said, no, you won't, because you'll be in up to your elbows in turkey and giblets and all that kind of stuff with the 14 kids coming in for the holiday.
I don't know if we're gonna do turkey again this year. Probably just a ham. Turkey is so overrated.
It goes
it's dry.
Like it starts out, well, okay, I'll do turkey. And then it's like, okay, I'll do ham. Well, and then it becomes, let's do hot dogs.
Hey, I like that idea. Here's the problem. You know, the stereotypical turkey is this beautiful turkey. It's glistening brown on top. Now, to get it to that, you have to leave it on upright, like breast up. Okay? Now, the problem is when you leave it breast up, all the moisture drains out. And so white meat is very, very dry to begin with.
Nothing worse than dry breast.
Right. Now, you can do the opposite, and that is you can cook the bird upside down, wings up, right? And then as the fattier red meat drains, it drains into the white. Now, the problem is, now when you flip it over, it looks like this pool of somebody urinated all over it, and nobody wants to eat the turkey. And so, hey, but at least it's moist. All right. On that note,
it really is. It's just entirely too much. And now I love chicken legs, right?
Yeah.
But a turkey leg is not a chicken leg.
No,
a turkey leg is all tough
and sinew.
Sinewy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like,
I hate turkey legs.
Every year, my mom would put that damn turkey leg on my plate. It's like,
you have to gnaw around the edges, and you're gonna peel back the skin. You're gonna break it into pieces.
That's not worth it.
Get the grizzle out.
All right, listen, I've heard enough about what's real. I want to know about the unreal. I want to know about how our future is being formed by something that we created that is going to end up destroying mankind.
Okay.
And I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Yes, the Slade and Mayson Show has its finger on the pulse of AI, and every week we bring you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the sisterly kind of AI. So with our special AI special report, here is our special artificial intelligence special correspondent, Mr. Dan Mayson.
Well, thank you for that special introduction. All right. All right. Now, lots of things. So first off, there is a new robot out. His name is Neo.
I have seen Neo.
Oh,
man.
my goodness gracious. So you've seen Neo, and you've seen the CEO, Burnt Orange, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you noticed how much he looks like Carrot Top? I mean, I'm going there. Oh God! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he does. I'm going on a limb there. Anyway, so Neo is this new robot / AI that you can buy for $20,000 next, or $450 a month. Now, what it will do is it's really good at opening and closing doors.
It doesn't do very well on crushing walnuts.
But that's about it. That's all it does. It's really good at opening and closing doors. Well, it only weighs 60 pounds. It's
now,
like...
Hold on a second. Now you got to tell the rest of the story.
All right. Here's the rest of the story. Now, the promise is...
They had this big debut.
Oh,
showing
yeah.
This robot. Oh, yeah. How it was going to be the boon to mankind.
Yep. All right.
And they left one step out until the end.
Well, here's the dealio. Okay. So what this robot does is you buy it, you bring it to your home, and you say, hey, Neo, can you get me a drink from the refrigerator, preferably a Pepsi, right? So Neo will go over to the refrigerator. It'll open up the refrigerator door. It'll start looking. It'll try to find the Pepsi. It'll grab the Pepsi can. It'll bring it back to you. And, maybe 25, 30 minutes have passed by, and it finally shows up with the Pepsi. Here's the part they're not really fully disclosing until you get to page 2. Page 2 is Neo didn't do that. What they have is a remote operator who's wearing virtual goggles and virtual hands and walking, and he walks over to a virtual area and opens up your virtual refrigerator and reaches in and grabs your virtual Pepsi and then re-navigates back to your refrigerator, your kitchen or bathroom or wherever I don't know where you're hanging out, living room, and hands you the Pepsi. All right, that's all done by a human being. So basically, it's a puppet. It's a remote puppet, and people are losing their minds over it. And what they're saying,
$20,000, and you got to have some little guy standing in a suit to do all the stuff that the robot.
That's right. So the deal is, it's learning about your house. It's learning about other people's house. So when it comes across an LG whatever blah 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 refrigerator, it knows exactly what to anticipate. So it's the same thing as the Waymo cars. Excuse me, that they're just learning along the way. Now, also. New MRI scans. Yep. That apparently, let's see. I had this part. Oh, yeah, that's right. MRI scans through AI can now, by scanning a person's brain using fMRI signals, can actually figure out what someone is actually thinking. Oh God. That's all I go from there.
Yes, sir. Let's see here, boy. That I can see the suits starting to line up already.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's also
he was thinking about me.
There's also a something called Xpeng's Iron Humanoid Demo, which is a smooth human-like motion. Sparked. Wait a minute. There's a human being in there. So. They got so angry. They're like, as this demo is going live, they're reading all these X notifications like, oh, there's a real person inside. So the engineers got
like a DJT Enterprises special.
So the engineers got pissed. So they came out on stage and they're busy cutting with scissors the exoskin on this robot live. and showing all the mechanics underneath. This thing really is walking, and it does walk like a real human, and it's the same height, and it's a little creepy as all get out. Now, here's some bad news. Analyst firm Challenger, Gray, and Christmas apparently said that in October, there were 33,281 layoffs in tech. For those of you who are told, hey man, all you gotta do is learn to write code and the world is your oyster and you're gonna make six figures in your first year.
It all started, listen, in the 60s.
Yeah.
Become a nurse, become a doctor, because it's like you'll always have
work. Well, apparently
doctors and nurses.
We have an oversupply of CS graduates. So we already have AI can do that work. Thank you very much. And on a final note, DEFRA, which is government tech industry. Okay, got those words together. Government and tech. Just spent $312 million upgrading all of their devices. All of them. They got them all updated to Windows 10. They just retired all the Windows 7 computers, and they're all on Windows 10.
Listen, when I moved out of my house, of course, did you ever get that computer to do anything?
I didn't touch it. I couldn't. I turned it on. I said it wouldn't turn on. So I screwed. I didn't messing with it. So
okay, so upstairs in the second floor, there was my very first,
and there it sits.
Like it's a Pentium 166.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But I couldn't get it to work because I wanted to take the screen off, and so it's like when I couldn't do that, I just said, "Well, okay, house, you now own this computer."
That's right. That's right. Anyway, that's it with AI news for right now, boys and girls.
Be afraid.
Be very,
very afraid.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's see.
I'm looking in my house, again, because let's see, the last time you were here, it's like you could only get past the counter because I had all this stuff there. Well, now I don't have as much stuff there. There's still a lot of stuff, but I don't have as much stuff there because I started putting some of this stuff away.
Okay.
Boy, and like I say, I will never move again. The next time I move, it's going to be carried out in a casket.
Famous last words. All right. Now, okay, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I said my buddy Sheila, and she is not here in Virginia. Calm down.
She is just a good-looking woman. It's like I tell you, if she did not have a boyfriend, I'd be right there.
That isn't a boyfriend. That's a husband. Let me tell you. A little more.
That's quite a husband.
Yeah, Al. We love Al. All right.
You notice why I stay here when I talk about it.
You know why he had to move, boys and girls?
Because Al
found his address. All right. Now, she's on a cruise. And I didn't know she was on a cruise. She just posted a video up on the Facebooks of the world. And all I saw was this huge mall. And I say it's like a walking mall. She's talking about the walking mall, and she's talking about all these different gift shops and things like that. And there's like a concrete walkway, and there's brickwork. And I'm like, where is she? Because then I turn the sound up, and then I find out she's on a cruise. That's a boat. I mean, It's an entire mall. It's an entire mall with escalators and elevators and walkways and
it's amazing the things that they can do with
it's
travel.
An entire city inside of a boat.
Do you know that Chris Jericho, who is a professional wrestler, every year it's called a rock and wrestling tour. And it's like, and they have full ring set up. It's like, and the professional wrestlers come in and they do all their tricks and bumps and jumps. And like I say, for 6 days, you are cruising. And, you got all kinds of entertainment on boats. You go to casinos.
I'm sorry. No.
That's a vacation, man.
No.
That is a vacation.
No, that's not my idea. I do not like the idea of being
vacation.
No, because you know what happens? there's that storm over there that no one knew was coming, comes all the way over here. Or those, have you heard about these, there's a term for it. I forget what the term is, but basically, if you think about, you know, the whole thing when you drop a pebble in the water.
Yeah.
Okay. And it ripples. Okay. Well, apparently there is this phenomena of these enormous waves, and you see all these, like, you know,
phenomena.
See, I have problems with you. All right. So there's this huge wave, and you actually see some of these pictures in these Japanese drawings from, you know, 1812 and what have you. These huge waves, like 900 feet tall. And you're like, how in God's name? Well, if you do those little droplets line up just right. They're rare. They are rare. But I don't want a 900-foot wave coming near my 167-foot tall boat. Thank you. No.
Well, you know, again, that is on my bucket list, because I
really
do on a cruise.
Really?
Before it's all over. Because, like I say, number one, I want to get that 14-pound weight gain from, you know, being.
Oh yeah, you will.
And you know, and being in a casino and all that.
Would you like another slice of lobster?
But you know what I also found out, and I believe you destroyed this myth for me.
What's that?
Because even though you're on a ship and you are outside the 7 miles, you are still under the auspices of some law.
Yes, so it's the port that the ship registers with. So if they register with Spain, it's their law. If they register with the United States, it's their law.
Either way, you go to jail a long time.
Yes. If it's Zimbabwe, then there's a very good chance that they'll be rifling through your rooms. Have you ever seen a machete?
Over there, you're in for the hassle of your life.
This is a machete. It's the last thing you'll ever see. Hold still. Anyway, so yeah, I just no, I don't like the idea of being. Look, it's bad enough that I have been to Hawaii twice. Oh my gosh, Hawaii. No, it's an ucking island that you can't run off of if a big, huge ucking wave comes towards you. You're screwed.
Let's not forget the other side. You know, there's volcanoes with all that hot
lava. Yeah. There's the volcanoes too. What the heck? Now, I got a better idea. Let's stick me in the middle of a flipping boat. Oh, let's stick me in the middle of the flipping ocean. And now it's like a week out before I can even see dry land again.
That was the other thing.
No.
My buddy Boogie, he said they put him on a boat to take him when he was going to Nam.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, it's like all you saw was water.
Yeah.
You couldn't see nothing.
Forever. It just goes on and on and on and on. And all of a sudden there's a little creep of some like little vision and thing. And you're like, is that land? Is that like real land? Because you got to realize, we talked about this. You're only moving 20, 25 miles an hour. That's the fastest any boat, ship, cruise, blah, 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 with the exception of like speedboats that hold like 2 people. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's as fast as you're going.
The kind that radar can find really quickly and blow up in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on with Sheila. She's on a cruise.
How long is she going to be gone?
1 week. Gone for a week. I didn't even know she was leaving.
Is Al with her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Guess I won't be messaging her then, will I?
So you're not gonna fly down to Florida. So because that's where
man. He's a big dude.
Yep.
Like I said, Mama didn't raise no fool.
That's right. Now, mind you, as I point out, coming out of Florida, but again, that could be registered for Mexico, what have you.
Mexico, yes.
Yeah, I don't know where that boat is.
Cuba. Yes.
The MSU. I don't know what the MSU. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on.
Okay. So while she's on this trip, again, is this just for pleasure, or is she actually doing some research for? I see something.
Well, strictly pleasure. But she did mention that there was a gelato place that she's spending a lot of time at over there. So they said they make it fresh every day. All right. So you're familiar with Camels?
Yeah, it's like, they're the little short cigarettes that don't have a filter.
Oh yeah. Not those. The ones that sneeze on you.
Oh, no, they don't. That's not a sneeze. No, when they roll their mouth up and go, that's not a sneeze, man.
Yeah, they're making sure you get a little bit of that.
No, this is.
Well, apparently, both camels and llamas have antibodies inside their cellular spaces that apparently might actually protect brain tissue. And they're actually going to use that for Alzheimer's and schizophrenia.
Yeah, because when you stand in front of a llama and you make the right face, it'll spit right in your eye. That's for sure.
And you definitely don't want to be there. You want to be forgetting of that, and that's where Alzheimer's comes into play. So that's going on there. All right. Well, on that note, we'll be right back after these important messages.
We already eaten up half the show. Jeez,
I don't know how we did it. We was just talking.
So quickly.
Goodness
He's
for
talking.
this break. Sadly, however, we will return to the Slade and Mayson Show.
And I wrote this morning Smo all by myself.
About damn time.
With no regrets.
Today in history, November 9th, 1282, Pope Martin IV excommunicates King Peter III of Aragon. And then they do that stage show in Vegas. It was awesome. 1620, pilgrims aboard the Mayflower sight land at Cape Cod, Massachusetts, where they were immediately arrested by Massachusetts police for not having their passports available. 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte leads the coup d'etat of A.T. Brumaire, whatever that is, ending the Directory government. By the way, coup d'etat is French for coup d'etat. 1887, the United States received rights to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Sadly, no pearls were founded at the time. 1979, NORAD computers and an alternate National Military Command Center in Fort Ritchie, Maryland, detect purported massive Soviet nuclear strike on the United States. After reviewing the data and realizing that, we're all still here, they concluded it was just a small error. And finally, 1998, U.S. federal judge orders 37 U.S. brokerage houses pay $1.03 billion to cheated NASDAQ investors to compensate for price fixing. Whew. Good thing they're telling the truth now. I'm Dan Mason, and that's November 9th.
Just when you thought it was safe to come back, a movie so frightening, you'll need to wear Depends, featuring screams by Jamie Lee Curtis. This will scare you to death.
This was no shark attack. This was a boat. You've got to clear the beach.
Are you insane? It's Christmas season. No. The beach stays open. You just figure out that little boat problem that you have there.
Timmy, come out of the water. I don't want you in there right now. There might be a boat. But Mom! No, but Mom. You come out of that water.
Dagnabbit, will you all please listen to me? I remember back in 1968, there was once a boat with an oar as long as my arm.
What did he say?
I'm sorry. I meant the oar was as wide as my arm.
Oh, yeah. As wide as your arm. Sure. Explosion scenes directed by Michael Bay.
I think we're gonna need a bigger beach.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Presented by Pentagon Pictures and Slade Co-Productions. In part by Dewey Gibbon and Howe. The next big thriller, The Boat. This film is not yet rated. Oh, yeah.
Sadly, we must now return you to the Slade and Mayson Show.
Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
Hi, I'm J.D. Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right. Well, that was Louisiana Swing by Louis Russell and his orchestra in commemoration of today being National Louisiana Day. So if you're out and about and you see a Louisiana, pat it on the back and say, well, happy Louisiana Day, because today is your day. Happy
Although
Louisiana.
In some portions of this country, that could get you arrested.
Yes, the HR will be in contact with you very shortly. This portion of the Slade and Mason Show is brought to you by I See Something, I See Treats. And what's that all about? It's about my buddy Sheila and her husband Al. And they're in Florida, and they're on their way for a cruise and having a great time. But in the meantime, they've still got the food truck out, which is the I See Something, I See Treats truck, which just does that. It makes shaved ice. It's a delicious treat. You should give them a call at 804-617-8827 before they completely close things down for the full year.
And you know, with Sheila out there doing cruises and such, you know she's picking up new ideas for next year.
Oh yeah, like I said, she's checking out little shops there. Look, if you got a birthday party, or corporate event, or fundraiser coming up, give them a call at 804-617-8827. You can also visit their website at www.ice. Hi, thank you for calling. This is There's 9 of them and 6 of you. Now, you can also visit the website at www.iceysommethin.
Leave off the G, for goodness sake.
ICEY.com. If you're looking for a special treat, you got to check them out, because they do have these icy treats. They have these ice shredding machines. They make this beautiful snowfall of flavored yumminess, and they put the flavors in, it just melts in it. Oh my gosh, I can't stand it anymore. Give them a call again, 804-617-8827. 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did.
All right. Now, hey, I want to tell you what I did. This week, I was, now I have my work computer, and off to the side, I have a little table, and it has my laptop. And I use the laptop because I want to do something quickly for the porn. Right? No, I mean, I want to do something quickly for ChatGPT, right? And the problem is, I'll hear the disc go. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for the disc. So I was chit-chatting with ChatGPT, and I said,
talk a lot with ChatGPT.
I do. I said, hey, can I put an SSD card in there? Now, for those of you who don't know what an SSD is, it's a solid state drive. So there's no longer a 3-inch round disc that turns at 5,400 revolutions per minute. Instead, it's just like a flash drive, but it's a little more robust. And it said, sure, here's all you have to do. Step 1, step 2, step 67, step 67, step 175. I said, okay, let's do step 1. Let's find a hard drive. So I got the hard drive. I cloned it. And then Saturday morning, I opened up the pearly guts of the back of the computer. And there was the hard drive. And I unscrewed it. And I slid the new one in. And it worked. I don't know how that happened, but it worked.
It worked.
So, but I didn't know this. This is interesting, and you know, Ted probably knows this. Ted's going, yeah. I don't know this. You've heard of the term defrag?
Yes.
Okay. And basically, for those of you who don't know, it's the system picks up everything that's on the hard drive and it reshuffles it around like, oh, this is part of that sentence. That goes over here. This way, when it reads it a lot faster. Now, the problem is every time you do a read-write on a solid state disk, it degrades it just a teeny tiny little bit. So what you need to do is turn off defrag, because it will actually damage it. There's a life limit for SSDs. So anyway, so that's what I did. That was fun. That was exciting. That was very scary too. Opening up the back of a computer and swapping out stuff is very, very scary.
You people have the worst lives. You have the worst time, and you make all this rigmarole up so that you can have a bad time.
What? What are you talking about?
Why would I take the time to open up my laptop and talk about doing anything inside my computer?
Oh, because now when I open up something, I go click open, as opposed to click.
You see, again,
open.
And this just makes my point. Everybody's in too much of a hurry.
Now,
slow down.
Want it now. I want it now. Want it now.
Slow down. Like I say, you're running yourself right into the ground.
I clicked the button half a nanosecond. Why isn't it up on the screen? What's the matter?
Yeah, exactly. How come it hasn't gone ahead and solved the problem that I wanted it to do? And I haven't even told it what the problem is yet.
What's happening? Why is it happening? Yeah, well, that's what's going on there. So
again, I also want to talk about, because when we talked last time, you had some visitors who are coming into this country.
Oh, sure.
And how's that going, my friend?
It's going fine. It's going fine. They're actually now, and they actually. So the first week and a half, it was supposed to be they were supposed to go camping, and then my son took ill, so they didn't decide to go camping. So they just did day trips and hung out. Now they've checked into their motel, which is only about 3 miles down the road. They've checked into the motel, but neither one of them are able to drive because they're either A, they don't have an international driver's license, or B, they don't have a car, 3, so it's also expensive for taxiing. So my son is playing host and driving them around. So that's what's going on.
Which means that dad is stuck at home.
Well, normally, no. There'd be like the extra car. I'd have the van, or vice versa. He'd take the van. I'd take the Corolla. But as and I won't name it. I will tell you what's going on.
Driving that truck.
I'll tell you what's going on. So, my daughter's boyfriend has a car that's out of commission. I'll leave it at that. So as a family, we're down a car. So my daughter is borrowing the extra car. Normally I'd have an extra car to lean on, but I don't. So anyway, so that's what's going on there. Huh?
You got the truck, bro.
Well, the truck has a dead battery, so that requires, getting a new battery. And then, of course, you can't get there because you don't have the truck, and the truck won't start. So I need the van, but I don't have the van. The van's not available, so I got to do there. There's
it's a good thing you can work from home, isn't it?
It is a good. I was thinking about that. I was getting ready for the Slade and Mayson show and go, man, if I'd be screwed, or my daughter would be screwed. I'm going to be at work.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been studying this problem for the better part of a year. And now that we are getting even closer, it is time for me to help you. Because you see, the economy is doing that thing again. That hold on to your wallet and pray. Well, okay, listen. I'm surviving the great economic shutdown, J.D. Slade style.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, the economy is worse shape than... Oh, wait a minute. Then my screen just blacked out on me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. The economy is worse shape than the Walmart shopping cart. You know the one. One with the one crazy wheel that spins like it's trying to summon demons. That is our economy right now. No wobbly, loud, and going absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
They keep calling it an economic slowdown. Slowdown? No. This thing's got its hazards on. I mean, smoke's coming out of the hood, and there's a squirrel living in the glove box. So let's be honest. When politicians say it's just temporary, what they mean is it'll last until we're out of office. So how do we survive the great economic showdown and shutdown? Simple. We go old school. Step 1, go back to barter. Who needs cash when you can trade? You got eggs, I got toilet paper. Boom, commerce. So we'll be like frontier pioneers, except that we're trading ramen noodles and streaming passwords instead of corn and cattle. Now, pretty soon, you'll see people walking around, saying things like, I'll mow your lawn for a Netflix login and a bag of Cheetos. And let's be real, Cheetos are worth more than Bitcoin right now. Rediscover ramen. Remember when you used to say, I'll never eat like that again? Well, guess what? You lied. Ramen's back, baby, and it's the new steak. And add a slice of bologna and a dash of hot sauce, and you've just created ramen a la recession. If you light a candle while eating it, boom, that's fine dining. Step 3, learn how to love generic brands. Forget Coca-Cola, it's Cola-Cola now. You'll be drinking Dr. Thunder, Mountain Shout, and Sprite-ish. You'll get so used to store brands that when you finally get to the real thing, you'll think that it tastes weird. Step 4, home energy conservation, a.k.a. freezing your butt off. Heating bills got you sweating? Well, don't worry. You won't be for long. Turn down that thermostat and layer up. You'll look like the Michelin man, but at least you'll save $12.
Yep.
And hey, remember those heated blanket commercials? Forget them. You are now the heated blanket. Step 5, entertainment on a budget. No Netflix? No problem. You've got neighbors. And you just pull up a lawn chair and then watch them argue about parking. Reality TV, but free. You can even charge admission. Tell folks that you're streaming Married with Issues live. Step 6, grocery store strategy. You got to have one of those. You know, when times are tight, you don't shop for food. You shop around food. You go in, you take the 3 samples and pretend to think about buying something. And after 3 stores, well, you've had dinner and dessert. Costco's basically a live 5-star restaurant for the broke. Step 7, work smarter, not harder. Now listen, you've got talents. Use them. You can't afford DoorDash? Start Porch Dash and just walk next door. And that's what's already there. And then just leave a note that says, hey, we're even. Or invent new job titles like freelance power napper, domestic beverage engineer with a coffee drinker, or how about couch-based economist?
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see here. Here's a bonus tip for you: the mental thing. Remember, laughter is free for now. You can't control inflation, but you can laugh at it. And if you're laughing, you're surviving. And when they say the economy is turning around, just know that means that it's making a U-turn back toward the ditch. So hang in there, my fellow recession warriors. We'll make it through this thing with duct tape, ramen, and a whole lot of sarcasm. Because if you can't afford to live large, you can at least laugh loud. Amen, amen, and that is the word. Go in peace. The mask is over.
Oh, gosh. Namane Patre Feliz Fiesta. All right. So, did you hear about, speaking of things getting smaller, Wendy's? Apparently, Wendy's is underperforming and going to be closing 200 to 360 different stores next year.
Well, you know, I'm really not surprised because there is a Wendy's in the little town of Culpeper. And for years, it was the nastiest spot. They just never seemed to clean the place. And so you would walk in there and you would you'd almost feel like you were wiping grease off the tables, you know? So the service went down. And as a result, and it obviously went through the whole chain, people are just not, they're not.
Okay.
Dave Thomas is dead.
Yes,
so
I know.
I can't believe that Dave Thomas has anything to do with this.
Here's my problem with Wendy's. Okay, they were at the forefront of charging a schmuckload of money for a burger. I remember going on vacation with my kids. Okay, we had an opportunity. We were going to go to either Burger King or Wendy's, and said, I've never been to Wendy's before, right? I mean, I've never been to Wendy's before. We were on vacation, and we got two cheeseburgers. I got a bacon burger, 2 fries, and I got a cup of coffee, and they all got drinks, 3 drinks. $89.
What?
$89. $89. $89. And this was like 9 years ago. $89. $89. So Wendy's is like the most expensive fast food place to go. Oh, but they're fresh and delicious. That's great. I can get the same dagnam burger over at McDonald's or Burger King, and I don't have to pay $89. The cup of coffee was $3.25. I'm like, guys, it's 5 cents worth of coffee. Why are you charging so much, damn it? And it was the worst cup of coffee I ever had. I forgot to mention that part. I did not finish it. I actually had to go over to get to Burger King to get a cup of coffee because I wasn't going to finish it because it was burning my flipping throat. I'm like, you people, no. So Wendy's is, oh, gee, they're not performing as well as they should be. That's because you charge more than anybody else and you don't have anything new to offer.
Listen,
yes.
Wendy's has been around a long time, so it's about time to close that tent.
Amen. Hey, flip. Go hang out with Jack in the Box, okay?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Now, I know you hate it when brands start to bring new brand product into new brand folds, like
again,
the Oreo section.
Know that there are 17 different kinds of Oreo cookies.
Yes, I know you hate that, but apparently, people are absolutely freaking out. I mean, freaking out. Like they can't get enough of this new product from Hershey's. It is the Hershey's Snickerdoodle cookie flavor white cream crunchy cookie bit for a limited time only.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it'll end tomorrow.
And do you know why it's a limited time?
Because they can't make the damn things.
No, they can make them. And here's the other thing. I don't know if you know this, but the price of cocoa has gone through the flipping roof.
I know the price of cocaine. I mean, cocoa has gone up.
Yeah. Cocaine's gone up, man. It's a real bear for people like you.
Those got to get a second job.
Oh my gosh. You got to take the cocaine just so you can stay awake for the next job. Anyway, so what they've been doing is they've been kind of moving people away from like the dark chocolates to the light white things. Like this year for Halloween, they were Vampire Bite Kit Kats. And what were they? They were these light green vampire-y colored Kit Kats. What does that mean? There was no cocoa in it. And there was also no cocoa butter. They had hydrogenated vegetable oil. You know when you take a bite of hydrogenated and it sticks to the roof of your mouth? Like, what is this stuff? That's hydrogenated vegetable oil, and that is where all the candy manufacturers are moving towards. They're moving away from chocolate and moving towards.
And I cannot wait until we see the combined effort of having all that hydrogenated.
Oh, yeah. Massive strokes left and right. Now, we talked about this. You remember the Mr. Good bar?
Yes.
Is no longer a quote unquote chocolate bar. It's a chocolate flavored. It's a chocolate flavored bar.
It's like Tootsie Rolls. That's not chocolate either.
No, it's not chocolate. But like things like what's it? What? Have you seen the Take 5 candy bars?
Yes.
Okay, those are chocolate bars.
Why do you say it? Those are chocolate bars.
Because it's not chocolate. Oh, sorry, it's chocolate flavor bars. So it's chocolate flavor. Again, there's no cocoa butter, which is stupid expensive. There's very little cocoa in it,
which means that it is not chocolate candy.
No, it's not. And they don't say it's chocolate candy because they can't say it's chocolate candy because then they get in trouble from the Federal Food Commission, which might as well do it anyway because they're out of business anyway. No one's up there. So that's what's going on. Bad.
I mean, listen, this all started years and years ago. Remember when you got your favorite Hershey's candy bar?
Oh, yeah.
If you got the plain one, it was just a nice piece of milk chocolate.
Yeah.
And if you got the almonds, it had the little pieces of almonds in there, and it tasted like chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, you just now it's like you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, the peanut flavored Mr. Good bar is no longer chocolate. It is no longer chocolate.
And see, again, I haven't eaten a Good bar in years.
Yep. So that's what's going on there. Oh, by the way, you don't live in Maine, do you?
Not last time I checked.
Well, that's a good thing because apparently if you live in Maine, apparently Maine Health sent out accidentally letters to 531 living patients letting them know that they're dead. That's right. And could they please notify next of kin of their death and let them know that they need to get their systems in place and attend to your dead body. To wit, Maine Health said, oops, we're awfully sorry. Because people are getting going, I'm not dead yet. I don't feel dead. Why am I getting this? And apparently they then send apology letters to the recently deceased who are not recently deceased.
Well, I tell you, like I said, the damnedest things happen when you're in the hospital because, like I say, I'd heard that I died.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. How are you feeling?
Hey, I'm in the pink, man. It's like there were two things. One, that I had died. The other was that I was in the hospiel because I was suffering from a drug overdose.
Well, that's not hard to believe.
I mean, but I mean, it's just incredible the things that people had to say about me. And it's like, again, I'm like, wow. And then when I see these same people in the street, they look all sheepish, because it's like they knew that they spread a lie about me.
No, they just passed on the same news they heard from someone else. They go, oh, JD's dead. Hey, you're looking pretty good, though. Let me tell you. Yeah. You're a dead guy.
I was wondering when that was going to happen. I told him he was going to do that.
Hey, do you know what happened this week?
Yes.
57 years ago?
Say what?
57 years ago.
57 years ago. That would have been 1970.
68.
60.
It was a double album.
Say what?
A double album. Where's it released?
Oh, yes.
All white.
The white album.
Yeah.
Which, of course, they numbered until every copy until 1970.
Yes.
So if you have one of those numbered copies, you are in the clover.
Well,
John Lennon's was number 6.
Oh.
Ringo Starr was number 1.
Wow. Well, what happened to number 6? He should have gotten like 1 through 4.
No, because you got to remember, because it's like you had Paul, and at the time you had managers who had to end up getting their piece in there.
Get their ass, yeah.
And so Yoko had to get hers too,
So there was a re-release in like 1989, direct metal mastering of the albums, which I did pick up, and I got water damage. Murphy's Law.
I know I had at least 6 or 7 copies of the White Album, and I never even bothered to look to see.
You know what? This is why I think the Beatles should be in the public domain, because everybody's got 9 copies on 8-track, 12 copies on cassette, 57 copies on CD. You got 5 copies on LPs. Look, I can't lift up some trash without seeing a Beatles album floating around somewhere. So there's enough copies for everybody to have a copy. So have at it, boys and girls. Oh, by the way, we got double struck last week for copyright.
Really?
Yes. Remember the AI story about the chick who actually AI?
Yeah.
Monet. I got hit on that, and I got hit on the music from 1951. So we'll see if I get hit again today. I had to remove the music, or they're going to pull the podcast.
Boy, you are just such
This is just crazy. All right, well, that's it. Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade. Hey, listen, next week, what is next week? Next week, we should really start talking about Thanksgiving, man.
You did. You just talked about it.
Well, I'll have to come up with another one. I'll see if I got enough creative to write another one.
Oh, my God. In other words, ChatGPT, I need another story, Jerry. Can you help me with that?
Without regret. Bye, Mr. Mason. Bye.